Hi, this is Chuck Martin at Applied Intelligence Live in Austin, Texas. I'm happy to say I've got with me Rae Toussaint from FedEx Digital Commerce Solutions. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you just presented about small and medium businesses. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so basically I just presented about trends that I'm seeing. I'm always talking to customers as part of a small team on solutions. So just in ways to help customers and figure out what technologies are coming, what they should be aware of. I just wanted to discuss some trends I'm seeing specifically in digital marketing, search engine optimization, and how that may impact small businesses, specifically how they drive traffic and convert that traffic.
So what are some of the key things you've been finding?
So a lot of changes coming in search engine optimization. The key things is, I think the way things are moving is towards probably a way where people may have to start to look for people who are familiar with AI tools as far as who can prompt them to figure out how to create content. What I'm seeing is a lot of content being synthetically generated, so the internet turning into a space where most of the content will be created through generative AI or artificial intelligence.
Right. So how does a small business deal with this? I mean, a big business can handle things like generative AI because they know all the implications, as you do as well. But a small business may not know all that.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, depending on how big or small, if it's one person, just being familiar with what's coming and research and reading, probably having a policy about what is allowed to be put into these AIs and what's not allowed, that probably would be a good first or second step once they familiarize themselves with just things and trends that are happening. So I think from a basic standpoint is understanding the pros, the cons, as well as making sure that people who work for the company are aware how to use them and how not to use the tools. I think would be a good first step before you get into actually utilizing them if you decide to do so or not.
So for a small or medium business, should they have a tech person on staff?
I'm not going to say what they should or shouldn't do, but I think it comes down to education. So with what's coming down, there are a lot of people who are experts, more of an expert than I am in this space, but I think a regular layman can understand just by reading and studying the industry top experts, people who are pro, people who are against utilizing these tools, they can get a sense of if it would apply to utilize it for their business. So I'm not saying they should run out and hire somebody, but I think a regular person who may not have the bandwidth to hire somebody could learn and understand how to use these things and if they should or shouldn't.
So the businesses you talk to, do they realize this? Or are they just saying, I can't afford that, so I'm just going to ignore things like generative AI?
So I think a lot of the businesses that I talk to, they don't know what's coming per se, and they aren't always up to date on the newest technological trend. I think over the past 6 or 7 months, we've seen an explosion of use of these tools. So I can give them some credit there as far as, because these are new as far as how people are utilizing them. So I would say most businesses are just concerned with their day-to-day as far as, one, how do I get stuff online correctly? And then they have ideas of wanting to do different things in marketing, generate more organic traffic, do paid ads and email. But those are some of the basic steps I think people aren't necessarily aware of in the small business space. So that could be someone who's just selling cupcakes and wants to sell those cupcakes and figure out how to do that. They may be in their 50s or 40s. So depending on the person's age, they may not be aware of what's coming because things have been moving so fast, honestly.
So does FedEx go and help these companies?
So FedEx is always trying to help companies, but I can speak for our team on the solution side. What we do is we just support our account executives and are just there to help customers strategize and have conversations with them. So it's like, yes, FedEx is a logistics company, but it's also a data company as well. So throughout the organization, the goal is, to make every FedEx customer experience outstanding. So I'm just a small piece of that as far as talking to customers, all different sizes, like I said, people who are selling business to business or selling direct to consumer, manufacturers, people who are selling retail clothes or food, things of that nature. So from a FedEx side, for our solutions team, we're always trying to help the customer and make it easy for them to generate revenue in their business.
And do these customers know that FedEx does that?
Do
the customers know?
Know about our team? More and more are starting to know about our team just through the way we generate cases and the more interactions we get. the cool thing I can say about being on our team is sometimes it's a nice surprise for the customer just to be able to have someone to talk to and have these additional conversations with as a value add. So I would say not all the customers know about the services that we offer as on our digital commerce solutions team, but I think that's the cool thing as you reach more and more people is just to be able to help the business. And sometimes people just need someone to talk to and bounce ideas off of, a third or second opinion on how their website is set up or what their digital presence looks like. So it's nice to be able to be that person for them.
So a year from now, we're sitting here having this conversation about small and medium businesses. What will we be talking about in terms of their challenges and opportunities in technology?
In technology, probably a lot of the same conversations. I think people are still going to figure out as far as the questions of should I use this? I think some of the questions I'm hearing from businesses I'm talking to, mostly not FedEx customers, but professionals who are marketers in the search engine optimization space. A lot of questions that they're asking is, should I utilize these tools? How can I utilize these tools but keep my product and my brand top focus? How can I protect my data? I've heard a lot about this at this conference about how can we test these things where proprietary company data or customer data doesn't leak out. And I didn't really hear a lot of solutions to that. So I can't imagine that. I think those are still going to be the same questions that are going to be asked around security, privacy, and some of those
I look forward to that conversation.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.